This video carries on from the video about essay planning. So now we're going to look at using those 3 planned paragraphs to actually write an essay. And I'm going to go into detail about the first paragraph that we did the plan for and show you how I would write the essay and how it would then link to each of the assessment objectives. The next video is going to look at writing an introduction and writing a conclusion. So, think firstly when you're in your exam how long you would have to write the essay. Check carefully, considering whether you've got extra time or not, how long you should spend on each individual paragraph with enough time to write a decent introduction, a quick conclusion. Don't neglect time in your plan to check your work at the end, and during that time to look back at the assessment objectives at the end of each paragraph to check that you are hitting them all. So this is a quick reminder of the question that we looked at. What do you think is the importance of the conch? Write about how different characters respond and how Golding uses the conch to explore ideas about people and society. Obviously, you're going to begin your paragraph with a topic sentence. I think it always looks stronger if you can embed a quotation or two. You'll have spent weeks and weeks learning quotations for your exams. It's a shame not to drop them in. So, the topic sentence here very clearly answers the question. Golding portrays the conch as fragile and beautiful and uses these adjectives to make a direct comparison to the function of democracy in society. This looks at how it's being portrayed in the novel with a quick look at the fragility and the beauty, which is going to link to Piggy, which is going to be the main focus of the paragraph. And it also looks at what Golding is saying about society and people in general. By starting with a really nice, strong topic sentence, you are likely to anchor your paragraph in the right direction, sets you up really well for what you want to say afterwards, and signals to your examiner that you know what you are talking about. From there, you're going to need to go into your analysis and your terminology. I'm not going to read out the whole paragraph for you. If you want to, you can just pause it. There's also a typo. The value Piggy's place on the conch should just be Piggy. So if you look at this paragraph, it looks at the first bullet point and examines the idea using terminology. There's an analysis here about why it's so important to Piggy and why Golding uses him in that way. Again, I'd really like to stress that to reach the higher levels, you need to not talk about the characters like they're real people. You need to talk about them as puppets that Golding is using to make a point. So by writing Golding establishes, you're not suggesting the boys have established a system. You are making it clear that you know Golding has created this system within the novel to make a point. So if I were you, I would pause the slide here, have a quick read through. If you're thinking about analysis and terminology in AO2, particularly your use of terminology, I just thought it would be useful to highlight in bold some of the places that are going to hit those ideas. So Piggy, as one of the most insightful characters, is showing that understanding of what the character is, how he has been used. That's AO2. And the verb cradling, again, uses terminology and looks at the writer's craft and what he is doing. If we're thinking about the writer's message, AO3, and some context here, it's really important to get that in as well in at least 2 out of your 3 paragraphs. You may find an essay where you want it in all 3, but it's really important not to just tack it on the end of your essay or bung it in your introduction and hope that will do. It's far more skillful to weave it in through each paragraph, showing that it inherently supports the ideas and conclusions that you are drawn to. So here you can see that it links firstly to the second bullet point in the question about what Golding is saying about people and society, and it also links to his message to the fact that he was traumatised by what he witnessed during World War II, fully explaining your assessment objective 3. Um, I think also it's really important to have a slight feeling of evaluation to your paragraphs. So here it's suggesting that why this point is important. The important parallel destruction is an evaluation of how why the conch is being used. That again is going to push your essay further up the mark scheme and hopefully get you as many marks as possible. And to round off your paragraph, it's really important to link your ideas back to the question. Not only does it make sure that you have remained focused in your paragraph on what the question is asking, but also it makes the transition of the topic sentence of your next paragraph seem to make more sense, because if you're writing about the conch in your final sentence of your paragraph and then go back to the conch for the topic sentence of your next paragraph, your essay flows better, your focus remains good, and you're more likely to score highly. I hope this helps. Thank you.